Yesterday, we learned about the story of Chizkiah HaMelech, King Chizkiah, who davened to Hashem, even though Isaiah, the prophet Yeshayahu, had told him that it's too late. He davened to Hashem, and he turned towards the kier, towards the wall. The Gemara said there's different meanings of there are two explanations. Either it means from his innards, mikibrei sliboy, or there was another explanation, Reb Levi's explanation, that he brought some type of a teaching based on the story of the woman Isha Hashunamis, the woman from Shunam. And he brought a teaching from there, and he tried to beg Hashem that Hashem should save his life. Does anyone know what that was? What's the other meaning of kier? He turned towards the kier, referring to the Isha Hashunamis, the woman from Shunam. Anyone know what that was? What did that woman from Shunam do regarding a kier, a wall, or a ceiling?
She made a separation, a corner that the Navi could come and sleep there when he was traveling.
Right. So this is the story of Elisha. It was a guest by this woman's house, and she made a kier, which the Gemara is going to explain what that means. A kier could mean a wall, or it could mean from the word mekareb, a mayim al yosef, a ceiling. So kier could have both meanings, but she made some type of a division in her house, or a place for him to have privacy. And Chizkiah said, if she did that and her son was given life again, he was resurrected. So me, that my grandfather, Shlomo Melech, covered the Heichal, the sanctuary, with silver and gold. He did so much, not just a little small, not just a small room, making a small room for someone, silver and gold, the sanctuary. So for sure, Hashem should give me life. So that was what it meant. Kier. He turned towards the kier, towards that concept that he based on that teaching. And then the Gemara said that Chizkiah spoke about. He said, remember that I went in your ways with truth and with a full heart and complete heart, and I did good in your eyes. So what did it mean, I did good in your eyes? So there's two explanations. Anyone remember what those two explanations are? I did good in your eyes. Chizkiah was telling Hashem that I've done some good things, and Hashem should have mercy, give me blessings. What were the two things? What are the two explanations of the good things that I did? Toiv be'einecha asisi. I did good in your eyes. So we're on page 10b, and I'm just going over yesterday's Gemara, especially because we definitely need to review it. I don't hear anyone telling me the answer.
I know the answer.
Yes.
That he juxtaposed redemption and prayer at sunrise instead of sleeping late, as was the custom of most kings. That was one of the things.
Okay, one of the things. And Howard, you want to tell us the other one? What was a good thing that he did?
I remember that I thought there were three things that he was praised for. Is that what you're referring to?
They're not specifically referring. That's the next Gemara. This Gemara just said two explanations of what the meaning of Toiv be'einecha asisi, I did good in your eyes, God.
That he hid the Sefer Refuos?
Refuos, right. So that's the second thing. He hid the Sefer Refuos. Now comes the Gemara where it says that there are 6 things that Chizkiah HaMelech did, and the rabbis agreed with him on 3, but they argued on the other 3. And now, if someone wants to tell us any of the 3 that the rabbis agreed with him, what were the 3 things that they agreed with him? And one of them Howard just said was he hid the Sefer Refuos, the Book of Healing. What are the others? So he crushed the copper snake. People started to worship it. And he
Dragged the bones of his father.
Who was a wicked king, Achaz. And this was in order for atonement for his father, and also people should see the punishment. And on three things they disagreed with him, and one of them was that he stopped up the waters of Gichon, and the reason he did that was because he didn't want the king of Ashur to have water. He wanted to make sure they don't have water, and which I guess, as Miranda was mentioning earlier, this is connected to this week's Parsha, closing off by the plague of blood was closing off the water source for the enemy, for the Egyptians, the plague of blood. So anyway, he closed off the Mei Gichon. The only thing is, the rabbis disagreed with what he did because he should have had trust in Hashem. He didn't need to do that. And the next thing that he did was that
He cut the doors.
That he cut the doors off of the Heichel and sent them to Melech Ashur. He owed money to, he had to pay, Sancheriv claimed from Chizkiah a large amount of money, and he didn't have it, so he sent him the doors of the Heichel. Then the third thing was about making a leap year, that the Gemara initially thinks that he went against the law that Nisan is not allowed. Once Nisan comes, you can't make a leap year, and he went against that rule, and he made a leap year. The Golden Gemara says, but how could he have done that? It's a clear teaching that this month is Nisan, and you can't. It has to be the first month, can't be the second month, so you can't go and make a Nisan after Nisan has already arrived, and then you're going to make a leap year after a leap month, and afterwards you can't do that. You can't make the second month Nisan. Nisan has to always be the first. And so the Gemara said it must be that he made a mistake in the law of Shmuel. Let me just explain this a little better. What happened was Chizkiah's father had everyone worshiping idols. Chizkiah became king, and he got everyone to stop. It was right around Pesach time, it was near Pesach, a little before Pesach. He wanted people to actually bring the Korban Pesach. The only thing is, it takes time till everyone purifies themselves. So he wanted to get extra time. So he had a reason to be Ma'aber the Shana. He wanted to make the year a leap year. If he makes the year a leap year, what happens? Pesach is a month later. So Pesach is not going to be this month. This month will be Adar Sheni. Next month will be Pesach, Nisan. Now, if Nisan already arrived, so that's what he wanted. He wanted to get an extra month. Problem is, if Nisan already arrived, then if he makes the next month Nisan, it ends up being the second month of the new year, because according to one way of counting, Nisan is the beginning of the year. Nisan is the first month, which is Parshas Bay. Next week's Parsha, we're going to read about it. Chodesh hazel lochem Rosh Chodashim. Next month, the month of Nisan is the first of all the months, and therefore the problem is, how could Chizkiah, after Nisan already arrived, which means this month is really the first, make next month end up being the main Nisan, and he was basically adding a new month, and it would be the second month of Nisan. Now, it would be the second month, and that's a problem because the Nisan has to always be the first. So because of that, so it's interesting. So what we're seeing is that in Chizkiah's time, there was a whole movement, the Baal Tshuva movement. The entire Jewish people were basically returning to Hashem, and they wanted to bring the Korban Pesach. They were reconnecting to Hashem. They were returning, and they wanted to bring the Korban Pesach. And Chizkiah needed more time to get purified to be able to bring it. And so they needed to make the month make a leap year, so they would have an extra month. And the problem was, the Gemara explains here that it must be that Chizkiah, they were arguing about the law of Shmuel. Of course, Shmuel was a scholar of the Talmud called an Amoira, and he came much later, but his law was a law that they were debating on. Chizkiah was thinking that it's only the 30th day of Adar, and the 30th day of Adar, it's the last day of Adar, you can still make it a leap year. And the rabbis said, no, the 30th day of Adar has the potential to be already Nisan, because some months, the 30th day is already the new month. Some months, the new month only starts on the 31st day, because the 30th day is from the previous month. Again, because a month is really 29 and a half days. Therefore, some months, Jewish months, are 29 days. Some months are 30 days, because really the real correct amount of time is 29 and a half. So therefore, some months, the 30th day is part of the last month. Some months, the 30th day is really the day one of the first of the next month. And therefore, they were arguing about, can you still make a leap year if it's the 30th day of the previous month? And it's possible that people will come to testify, witnesses will come to testify that they saw the new moon, and the month is really already the next month already. It's already Nisan. And since it's possible that it's already potentially already the next month, the rabbi said it's already too late. You know, this connects with what we just learned in Tanya. In Tanya, we learned that where does Hashem rest? Hashem rests on those that are humble before Hashem and those that are potentially humble. The fact that you potentially would give up your life to Hashem, that makes Hashem rest on you, because in potential you would give. Of course, it's not happening now. No one is holding up a gun to us saying you either worship this idol or worship this other religion, or you will get killed. But since potentially we could give up our life to Hashem. Therefore, Hashem rests upon us. That was what Rabbi Dolphin concluded, that part of the Tanya. So this is what the rabbi said. Potentially, this is already day one of the month of Nisan. Therefore, it's too late to make a leap year, and that is why the rabbis disagreed with Chizkiah Hamelech, King Chizkiah. Then comes the next Gemara, which we just started yesterday, the first line. So we're going to start it again, the first two lines. So we're going to start now at the two dots. Now, if you have an Art Scroll Gemara, I know some of you just got new Gemaras. There is every page of the Gemara is really has like 5 pages. So when I say we're on page 10b in the Art Scroll, there's a 10b1 and there's a 10b2. A 10b3, a 10b4, and there might even be a 10b5, depending on how much writing they have to discuss that page. So we are probably at around 10b2. I don't know if anyone has an Art Scroll open that can help those that just got the new Art Scroll. We're going to be at the two dots, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, which in the regular Gemara is maybe the 10th medium-sized line. So maybe about 20 lines from the top. Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Anyone know what page this is in the Art Scroll?
By me, it's Perek Bet or Ketabet. But that's the Steinsaltz.
All right, let me pull up an Art Scroll here. I have an Art Scroll. I just don't have it open. Let me tell you which one.
Rabbi, it's 10b2.
10b2. Okay, so for those that are using the Art Scroll, it's 10b2. Just I don't always announce that, but just now people are starting to understand how to use the book.
He knows how to translate.
Okay. Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan said, Mishum Rabbi Yossi ben Zimra, in the name of Rabbi Yossi ben Zimra. Kol ha'toila b'schos atzmai. Whoever relies on their own merit, toilen loy b'schos acherim, we rely for them on the merit of others. Now Rashi here tells us that the example of this case is Chizkiah, King Chizkiah. In other words, this is connected to the previous Gemara, because Chizkiah was saying that, remember that I walked before you, and the verse continues and says, with the truth and with a complete heart, and I did good in your eyes. And what he was saying was, in that merit, in the merit of the good things that I did, you should bless me with life, or in that case, a healing from his, that he was going to die and he wanted to be blessed. So, or it could also be that he was fighting a war at the same time. Also, there was a war that was being fought as well. He was asking to win this war as well. So he was begging Hashem in his own merit. Now, I see there's a change of the version, the wording. I'm just looking on the side. It's called the Hagoyis Habach, but I don't see the Bach. Oh, I see it here. There's another Rashi that he says belongs right after this, but I don't see it. The other Rashi, he says it should also say, Mar huloi al sha'amaloi man David Avdi. Oh, it's okay. That's the next piece of Gemara. Okay, so the point is that Chizkiah asked Hashem, in his merit, he should be blessed. And the Gemara says that a person who does that, if you ask Hashem for in your merit, you're going to need the merit of others. This is a very interesting point. What it means is that when a person has a little arrogance, or is sort of proud, or feels that they are, they're telling Hashem that they are good, they have done something good. What you're creating is a debate in heaven if they're going to be looking into your actions, because you are acting a little haughty and you're saying something that's not appropriate to Hashem, so to speak, because you're saying I am good and Hashem should, in my merit, Hashem should give me this. And really what it's doing is awakening a debate in heaven. Is it really true? Do you really deserve? Did you really do that? Let's look into his actions. What about other things that he did? It's almost like when you tell someone, you tell someone, sometimes you say something good about someone, but the other person doesn't like him. They start telling you all the bad things they know about the person. Here also, you start telling Hashem about praying the good things about yourself. So you're acting you're doing something that's a little haughty, or very haughty. So Hashem, so in heaven, the angels start debating if it's really true, if it's really correct, if you really deserve to get this. So in the end, you need the merit of others in order to be successful. You don't end up getting it in your merit, you end up getting it in the merit of others. If you rely on the merit of others and you're sort of humble by not saying, I really deserve this, but you're saying, in the merit of my parents, in the merit of Abraham, give this to me, then you will get it in your merit, meaning that you will actually just have merit. What this means is you also have merit from the fact that you were humble. So in the merit of your humility, you will be getting it as well. In other words, you will get it not only because of the merit of the others that you asked for, but also you will be added your merit included in this. I'm explaining the Gemara in this way, which is a commentary that I saw from the Sifsei Chaim. I don't know who the Sifsei Chaim is, but this commentary makes the Gemara very smooth. Otherwise, if you learn the Gemara and there are very few commentaries on it, it's a little unclear what the Gemara means, because you could just translate it that if you're relying on your merit, we rely on other merit. Now, what does that mean? It's a little bit, so this commentary, I think, gives a beautiful insight into it, that you're awakening judgment against you if you are being haughty. And if you're humble, you actually get that merit of your humility added to you. So I think it's a beautiful explanation, gives a little understanding of what the Gemara is saying and the meaning behind it as well. So, and then it gives examples. Moshe relied on the merit of others. He said, Hashem, remember Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, Avodecha, your servants. And in the end, Hashem gave it to him in the merit of himself. And he said he was going to destroy them, except for Lule Moshe Bechira, except for Moshe, his chosen one, Amad Baferetz Lefanov, he stood in the breach before him, Lahashiv Chamasai, to remove his anger, Mehashches, from destruction. So here, Moshe Rabbeinu, he didn't say, in my merit, you should save. You said, in the merit of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. In the end, Hashem ended up saving even in his merit, meaning from his humility, and Hashem acknowledges his merit. And the point is that he's not being judged now. He's not awakening a judgment against him. But Chizkiah relied on his merit. He said, remember that I went before you. So in the end, he got merit from others, which we'll see now in the pasuk. Shenemar, as it says, "V'ganoisi al ha'ir el ha'ir," or al ha'ir, I will save the city. Hazois loishia, to save it, lamani, because of me, ulaman David Avdi, and because of David, my servant. I will shield the city to save it in my merit, in the merit of David, not Chizkiah. Chizkiah was the grandchild, great-grandchild, whatever. He was a descendant. And so he thought he would merit in his merit. In the end, Hashem said, no, you're not getting it in your merit, you're getting it in the merit of, because when you awaken judgments against yourself, you need to have merit. You end up needing merit of others. And so Hashem saved the city, but it was in the merit of David HaMelech, and in merit, and Hashem said, because of me. In other words,
Rabbi?
For me, for Hashem's benefit. He didn't want to destroy it. Yes.
So they're talking about the war that he fought to protect Jerusalem and close the water and shut the water.
Right. That was that war with the king of Ashur.
Yeah.
I believe Sancheriv.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a little discussion about the pasuk. There's two psukim very similar. V'ganoisi al ha'ir or el ha'ir, and was he davening for himself for healing, or was he davening for the city? The Marsha has a little discussion here. I don't want to get into it so much. I just mentioned that there is a discussion because of what are the verses referring to. But now the Gemara says, "V'hainu Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi." This is the meaning of the statement of Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Dam Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, because Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi said, "My dechsiv." What does it mean? Hine l'shalom marli. Behold, for peace. Marli mar. I believe that's the verse. Behold, for peace. Mar. It's in Isaiah 30, 38. So the pasuk here it's in verse 17. Behold, my longing for peace, bitterness intensified against me. Mar. Bitterness intensified against me. So like a double term, bitter. So let me just see what we were talking about. This is Chizkiah's song of thanksgiving. And he says, I had said to myself, with my days cut short, I will go to the gates of the grave deprived of the rest of my years. I had said, I will not see God. God is in the living land of the living. I will not again behold a man with the inhabitants of the earth. My dwelling was removed and exiled from me like a shepherd's tent, like a weaver. I have shortened my life. He will end my life with sickness. From morning to night, you will put an end to me. I wait until morning as if it were a lion, so my sickness would shatter all my bones. From morning to night, you will put an end to me like a swallow and a crane. So do I chirp. I moan like a pigeon. My eyes were raised on high. My Lord, snatch away my illness. Be my surety. What can I say? He said to me that he would heal me, and he did. All my sleep had left me because of my soul's bitterness. My Lord, about them you said, they shall live. Which here they translate, God declared that the dead will return to life. And then he says, and therein is the life of my spirit. May you heal me and cure me. Behold, my longing for peace, bitterness intensified against me. So it's a little surprising if you read that paragraph, which I'm glad I did, because now you see he's thanking Hashem for healing, and yet he says, I'm bitter. So Hashem healed him. So my longing for peace, meaning that I would get my life back, and mar, but it's bitter. Why was it bitter for him? He wanted his life. He got it. You know what the answer is? Because he didn't get it in his merit. He got it in the merit of others. Even when Hashem sent him peace and healing, marhu loy, it was bitter for him, because a person, because you know, when he sees that he needs the merit of others, it's painful. Person wants to believe that his merit would be good enough, and so it was bitter. Even though he was healed, it was bittersweet. And I guess we'll stop right here. It's 11 o'clock.